They're a good defense. They gave a lot of tough looks tonight. Brought zero a lot. They earned a lot of third downs. But I thought we had positives out of each drive. We just had to finish. And, we just had to respond, and the O-line did a great job protecting the front. And I think just the leadership on this team is the main thing. Guys didn't flinch at all. So, we had positive from each drive. We just knew we had to finish a couple of them. At the end of the game, we had a position to do that, so we just capitalized on that.
And how much of an exhale was it going head first over the goal line there and knocking out overtime?
It was, great. It was great. Finally cracked through, scored a touchdown. We needed that.
And your first SEC road game as a starting quarterback, you had 6 games at home. What did this one feel like? I know you've been in tough games before, but what did this one feel like specifically?
It was a lot of fun. It's a really good atmosphere here. They do a great job. And they're a good football team, good program. I was excited to come here and play. I know just what the atmosphere is. This is SEC football, so we want to come and play here under the lights of an hostile environment.
A gutsy win like this, will it fuel you forward as you look at the back half of the season?
Yeah, I think in the SEC, with our schedule, with everybody's schedule right now, and the way it is in this conference, you got to take it 1 week at a time. You can't look forward, you can't look back. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just getting better each week. Because I think, as a team and then personally, there's still a ton of room to grow, and I think we have an opportunity, and I have an opportunity to learn from my experiences so far and our experiences and grow and get better, and that's something that we can capitalize off of towards the back half of this season.
When you go watch your own tape from this game, what do you kind of expect to see it show up?
I think, trying to be more efficient on first and second down, so staying out of third down situations, because they had a third down package that was, it's tough to go against. They brought, like I said, they brought zero a lot of times, and it's the 2 interceptions that they brought zero. I think just having a better plan, kind of thinking through and having a better plan internally of what I need to do to execute when they're bringing zero. So I think we'll learn from that and we'll watch that and I will get better off of that.
What was the major challenge there when they bring zero?
They're bringing more than you can block, and so you don't have a lot of time to throw the football, and they're playing a catch technique that makes it difficult to throw quick routes when you're trying to get the ball out. So just trying to have a better plan when I'm in those situations and when that situation to make positive plays out of it. And I think at times we did, like in overtime, but like I said, 2 turnovers off of that, just got to be better.
Are you as a quarterback able to plan for what it feels like being in overtime? Are you able to plan for what it feels like to play quarterback in overtime?
Am I able to plan?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's it's kind of like a situation. Like I enter a 2-minute drill or a 4-minute drill or an end of half, a certain mindset, and I think it's the same for overtime. You're not necessarily thinking that going to we're going to play overtime, but you kind of got to shift your mindset. Because you get the ball in 25, especially after you score touchdowns off of 2. So you kind of got to just ultimately stay composed, because a lot depends on what happens in the drive that Auburn had before us. Being smart with the football, trying to take sack outside of the range, that was a big thing. So yeah, I think there's stuff that you have to think about when you approach an overtime situation.
Beau, how do you kind of move on from some of the offensive frustration as the guy that everyone's looking to lead the team?
It's just one drive at a time, and the guys do a great job of that. The O-line leads it. Whether we score a touchdown and kick a field goal or don't get that, we have to approach each drive like it's brand new, because it is. It's another opportunity. Go out there on the field and one play at a time.
Well, couple more. So a lot was made leading up to this game about how you all needed to respond. Just what did you like about your team's ability to respond a handful of times in game you all were facing adversity?
I thought it was awesome. On Sunday last week, we watched the tape and we flushed Alabama and we moved on to Auburn. And that's what we're gonna have to do each week throughout the rest of the season, because we'll watch this film and we'll learn from, like I said, all those things that happened today. And they're great learning lessons, but we just have to take it 1 week at a time. That's my thing.
Beau, I apologize if you've been asked this already, but can you just talk a little bit about the emotion of this win, and then also just the resilience that you guys showed through all the ups and downs of this game to come out and put the drive together that you did in overtime?
Just super consistent. It starts with Coach Drink and the coaching staff. Just consistency. Steadying the boat, calming the storm, whatever you want to say. I think the guys did a great job with that. The atmosphere was crazy. They were loud, and in moments, adversity, we could have folded, but I think just the leadership on this team, was outstanding tonight, and I'm proud of everybody on this team.
One more.
Bo, how have you been able to establish trust and timing with Donovan so far? Just how has that come so quickly?
I mean, it's like it was for all these guys. You know, we all came in January, so you know, like I've told you guys a bunch of times, like we were in the indoor from January to right now, just routes all the time, watching film with everybody. So just developing relationships and connections with those guys and knowing what they're going to do before they hit the stem on their route. I think it makes the difference in tight window situations like there were tonight.
Okay, we got to go. Bo's got to go. Thank you.